All right, YouTube. So let's go ahead and get this round going. It is round 4.4. It is the USA's turn. The USA has a total of 79 NPCs, of which it will be purchasing one fighter squadron, two carriers, three destroyers, one submarine, and one naval transport. Okay. But before we go ahead, let's make a quick recap of the current ground and naval situation for the United States. For those of you who have been following, the U.S. just declared war last round three. It is now the beginning. We're almost halfway through round four, actually. The U.S. now can actually go to war. Okay, so the U.S. has deployed its Pacific Fleet in Season 26 off the coast of the Hawaiian Islands. The U.S. also has a two task forces, one in Season 8 consisting of two submarines, and one destroyer. Season number 2, which is the season off the coast of Alaska, with two naval transports, two submarines, and one destroyer. All right, if we come over to the Atlantic, you also have another fleet, an American fleet, okay, ready to deploy, make its way towards Europe. So in this fleet, you have, let me see, you have one cruiser, three naval transports, a fully loaded aircraft carrier with two fighters. You have four destroyers and total of four submarines in Season 101 ready to deploy. Okay, so the U.S. is now fully engaged, it's fully mobilized, and it'll be doing so round four. All right, so no more playing around here with the axes as far as the Allies are concerned. All right, so the U.S. is going to be making a total of declaring three battles. The order of battle will be battles are going to be Gibraltar, Morocco, okay, and the Japanese naval transport in Season 47 off the coast of New Britain. So those are the three battles that the U.S. will be declaring. All right, so let's go ahead with the actual combat movements. The one single fighter, okay, takes off from the U.S. aircraft carrier in Season 26 at a movement of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we'll have one movement left in its fuel gauge. Okay, this naval transport it's an auto kill. All right, let's go ahead with the other two battles. Okay, the U.S. fleet will engage three transports, one cruiser at a movement of 3, but they will take one tank, one armored division, two infantry, and one artillery and one mechanized infantry in as their payload, as their cargo. All right, so these three units will this fleet will sail, make steam at a movement of 1, 2, and 3. All right, that's how we're going to do the breakdown. This naval transport will be dropping off the one armored unit and one infantry, and the cruiser will be performing an offshore bombardment of Morocco, where you have one Italian armored division and one artillery division defending. Okay, for Algiers, you'll have one artillery, one mechanized infantry, and one regular infantry attacking Gibraltar. All right, so those are the three attacks that are going to be performed by the U.S. All right, guys, I forgot that there is a fourth battle that G.I. Joe declared, and that's the battle for the Caroline Islands. So there is a fourth battle, okay, where he'll be coming in with his fleet. He'll come in with the one naval transport. Actually, the entirety of his fleet is moving in here. Okay, he'll also be making, I believe, 3 naval bombardments. Actually, just 2 naval bombardments. because he only has 2 infantry that are coming into that attack. So his entire fleet is moving in at a movement of 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so here we go. All right, and of course, battleship and a cruiser do get a bombardment. All right, so let's go ahead and resolve the battles here. Obviously, the battles have already been fought. So the results are as follows. The Japanese Infantry Division defending in Caroline Islands, 1 infantry and 1 AAA, were taken out, but they were able to, at least on their return fire, take out one of the American divisions. All right, so you have 1 U.S. Infantry Division now occupying the Caroline Islands. Okay, let's not forget that the Japanese naval transport in Sea Zone 47 was sunk. Okay, the U.S. fighter in Sea Zone 47 will now move north at a movement of 1 and land on the carrier. Okay, this tactical bomber, by the way, was left back in 26 at the Hawaiian Islands. All right, so let's go over to Northern Africa, Gibraltar and Morocco. All right, in this battle, very successful battle for the Americans. Okay, the defending Italian armor and artillery divisions were wiped out. The Americans did not sustain any casualties. Same thing for the attacking Americans up in the north. The defending Germans were wiped out as well. The Americans in both attacks did not sustain any casualties of their own. So great American victories, great way for the U.S. to start the war. Okay, so very good for the Americans. Good moves on G.I. Joe's part. All right, so let's go ahead and review the non-combat movements that the U.S. made. The U.S. Has 2 submarine destroyers, not submarines, in Sea Zone 101. Okay, these 2 destroyers will move at a movement of 3, 1, 2, and 3 into Sea Zone 104. All right, the rest of the U.S. fleet in Sea Zone 101 at a movement of 3 will go over to Sea Zone 91. And that's at a movement of 3. All right, the 2 U.S. fighters on the eastern seaboard of the United States will move at a movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of these fighters will land on French Guinea. The U.S. bomber, strategic bomber, moves at a movement of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will land on England, in England. All right, let's go over to the Pacific, where we have a lot of movements. Okay, the submarine in Sea Zone 8, okay, will move to Sea Zone 25 at a movement of 2. Okay, the destroyer in Sea Zone 8 moves at 2 towards 15. Right. The submarine in Sea Zone 8 moves 1 and 2 into Sea Zone 6. The U.S. destroyer, Sea Zone 2, will move into Sea Zone 8. All right. The U.S. naval transport will pick up 2 U.S. Marines, okay, at a movement of 1, and will drop them in Soviet Far East. Okay. The 2 submarines in Sea Zone 2 will head south and link up with the U.S. destroyer in Sea Zone 15. All right. The mechanized infantry in Western USA at a movement of 2, okay, will move into into Alaska. Okay. The mechanized infantry and artillery in Western USA will come over. The artillery will end up in central USA. The mechanized infantry will come into or end up in eastern USA. All right. We're not yet done. A lot of movements. Joe made quite a few. All right. I made a mistake here. This submarine never moved. This submarine instead ended up in season 23. All right. The tactical bomber that took off from the carrier. Okay. At a movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is now in Queensland. Okay. One fighter from Honolulu at a movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 will land on the carrier in season 33, season 35, I believe, off the coast of the Caroline Islands. The other fighter moves 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3. No, that doesn't work. Let me see. What is the proper movement? Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So both of these aircraft are in Queensland. Let me put a flight stands for both of them to be there. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead with the placements of the U.S. pieces. Okay, all of the newly purchased American pieces that were just purchased are going to go on the Eastern Seaboard or in Season 101. Okay, so all these pieces are going to go in Season 101. So it looks for now that the U.S. is fully focusing its efforts on the Atlantic. All right. And I believe that's about it for all of the non-combat movements. It is the end of turn 4.4. The USA has gone. Definitely very interesting. As we can see, the US has repositioned its feet here in the Caroline Islands. Makes sense. It's a smart move from Joe. Congratulations. Okay, it does expose the U.S. fleet to the potential attack of the Japanese fleet, but I'm sure that it is the intent of the U.S. and ANZAC forces to link up both of their fleets so that just in case the U.S. does attack, there will be some support. Okay, so it makes sense, and definitely I think the Allies are looking to trade pieces with the Japanese. Okay, so I think it's a smart move on their part. Okay, there are counters to it though. The Japanese can't counter that particular strategy, but I do have to say that it does have its benefits. Also has its cons. All right, guys. So this is the end of round turn 4.4. The USA has gone. The US now will be collecting a total of 79 IPCs. I'm going to claim that we're already almost halfway through the conflict. The game ends in 8 rounds. In any case, guys, let me know. As always, I want to hear your commentaries. And don't forget to, as always, to bunker down and play.